graduated with a Hippocratic Oath in 1960, so I didn't really remember very much about it. So yesterday, before I came up here, I looked at the Hippocratic Oath online, and I think the Hippocratic Oath is a very nice symbol because it really shows the world that the practice of medicine is a profession and not a trade, and that it cares about having its ethical value. So I think the idea of the Hippocratic Oath is a good one. But I would remind people that Hippocrates was born almost 2,500 years ago. And the world has changed a lot, science has changed, biology has changed, our ethical and moral values have changed a lot. And so the Hippocratic Oath, just as it was written 2,500 years ago, is no longer that valid. I would also remind people that the Hippocratic Oath was originally called upon a pagan deity. It was like saying we pledge allegiance to the flag under Zeus, so to speak. It's to Apollo. It's a pagan deity. Also, it excluded women. It also excluded any kind of surgery. It said, "Thou shalt not take a knife to patients." It said it completely eliminated the possibility of women's reproductive choice. So nowadays, more recently in medical schools have made their own adaptations of the Hippocratic Oath, and only 14% of them say anything about euthanasia. And this bill is not euthanasia, but only 14% of medical schools in the United States today who have made their modern adaptation of the Hippocratic Oath say anything about physician-aid and dying. And I would say that the anti-choice side of this debate, the opponents of this bill, in this, they do us all a very grave disservice by making us think that somehow this bill is a violation of a sacred, eternal principle. It isn't. And they do this deliberately and distort reality, in my opinion, to further a very narrow political agenda. The Hippocratic Oath is open for discussion among physicians and among medical schools, and we all have our own ideas about it. 2,500 years ago, Hippocratic Oath, to dredge that up as being, it's a violation of this eternal sacred principle is complete nonsense.
Would you expand on your statement that this bill is not